Technical difficulties, huh?
It's fine. Like an hour ago.
Hey, John. BB, what's up? Hey, Shane. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh. Too busy wanting to make sure I clear my trailer. Let's go drive around some roads while we wait. Raz is having some interesting sound issues, and I think Darren's having some login issues. Got ourselves the Apollo paint teams working on our international. And to that end,
Okay.
got a little Apollo lander.
I launched it without Truckers MP, and I'm in Vegas, and I have sound.
Does OBS have video? Yeah, I had to pick.
Oh, yeah.
I had to pick a completely different executable multiplayer.
I don't even have OBS turned on. I'm just trying to get the game to work.
Oh, game sound.
So I pick up Truckers MP, and I hit launch ATS.
Wishing Gamer, this is for PC. I really don't know if it's got console plans or not. Definitely better turn our headlights on. I don't want to be stuck getting kicked out because we didn't turn our headlights on. Hey Henry, what's up?
What does ghost mode mean?
I don't really know. It just means you're like transparent, or people drive through you.
When I launch it through Truckers MP, I have no vehicle sound. Everything else works, but my truck has no sound. No horn.
Oh, my day's been pretty good. Other than the fact that yesterday, hot water heater went out. Today I found out it's probably going to be about $1,500, and it might get replaced tomorrow. So other than that, it's going pretty good. Yeah, that we can't do any dishes. We can't wash any dishes. Can't wash any clothes. We're just driving around, kind of exploring roads that we haven't driven on
Okay.
until everybody gets here.
It's telling me to hop in another truck.
Oh, yeah, I think I had that issue once. You only have one truck.
No, I gotta go. I'm just gonna hop around and see if it makes it. Okay. That fixed it. Now let me try that. Try and hang on. I'm almost there.
Well, DB, it's mostly the desire to not hand wash them, and the dishwasher is hooked up to the hot water line only.
It's weird. Makes no sense.
Darren figured out his login.
This is weird because even my truck isn't right from my single player game.
We shall see.
Did that truck have any sort of mods tied to it? Custom skin wouldn't come through.
It's gonna make me buy a new truck.
Check the map. Head over to Walbert. Spoils of getting into Truckers MP for the first time.
I can buy a car.
Yeah, there's like chaser cars or convoy cars in Truckers MP.
Had to buy a whole new truck. So weird.
That would be a negative, so cruise on wherever. I'll catch up if I do.
All right. So if you're in
I'm in
Flagstaff,
Flagstaff. You want to meet me in like
pick a job that you can go to, and I'll see if I can get a job to that city.
oh, just ran a red light. Forgot that was. Can you turn the traffic fines off? Or?
Oh yeah. I turned that off a long time ago.
It says I just was kicked from the server.
Oh, probably because you don't have your headlights on. They're like
That's
super anal about headlights.
Do I have to reconnect?
Yeah. You'll be in the same spot you were in, I think. But yeah, like as soon as you connect, turn your lights on. You probably didn't see it, but there was probably a message said, turn your headlights on, you have 3 seconds. All right, let's go find somewhere to
Do I
park.
have to leave the game to reconnect?
I don't remember. The exit, totally. Go find somewhere we can park off the side of the road. Pick a job.
I had it. I drove my truck to Vegas. I had it all teed up. I should have done it under MP.
Job market. Cargo market.
All right, so turn my lights
Currently
on.
no
See, I'm learning here.
cargoes. Are you kidding me? There we go. So he's in Flagstaff.
At this rate, I'll never get out of this.
Flagstaff. So if we got a job to Page, then that would work. Las Vegas to Page. Do that one. Get there a little bit before us. Hey, Damien, what's up? Let's see if you can get a job to Page.
Okay.
Oh, tires. Tires is going to pay more. Or if you think you're going to be a little bit, I could get a job to Flagstaff.
That'd probably be quicker. To be honest with you.
All right, we'll do that.
'Cause I still gotta buy a truck. Because when I restarted, my truck was.
All right.
Volvo.
Yeah, there's like little server messages sometime in the bottom. And they're kind of in red, really small fonts. Sometimes they're hard to read. But they get super anal about headlights once it's like 7 p.m. or something. But somewhere in the settings, I forget the exact screens, but somewhere in the settings there's a turn off traffic violations or whatever.
Do you turn off fatigue or no? Playing MP?
I don't think fatigue happens in multiplayer.
I'm in queue. You said just turn my lights on.
Yep. And then they get a little anal if you sit around too long in the same spot. Oh, trailer
The lights
damage.
won't turn on.
What did I hit?
I start my engine. I gotta turn my lights on.
I want you to drain the battery.
What else will they boot you for? For speed? Red
Nah.
lights?
Unless you like being disruptive. Alright, let's load our cargo up. Oh, no. Busy looking at Zach. Picking out that sweet little ride.
I gotta put it 18 speed in this Volvo real quick. I like this Volvo. This is nice.
So there is local CB in multiplayer, but I don't really know how to do it. Alright, Darren, I'm hitching a ride to Flagstaff.
kicked. It passes offense. Oh, trying to, I don't know, my accounting synced up or torques me off because I was one earlier.
I don't know. You start. You start, and all else fails. Yeah, if you're on earlier, then that means that you know, you should be up to date. At one point in time, they were talking about putting traffic on multiplayer, but I guess that hasn't happened yet. That's my blinkers. I was a little disappointed that the custom paint schemes didn't have trailer schemes. Like this Apollo paint skin didn't have a trailer version. So I wanted to try to match the color, and of course they didn't really have any way of knowing what color it was, so I just had to get close. Maybe. Oh, thanks for that, Damien. And now the biggest challenge for me is to make sure that I don't miss a turn. There, we'll lock her down. 61. 61 and a 55.
Alright. Where you at there, Hawk? This dude just ran straight into the...
Just entered Arizona. Just entered Arizona.
So, are you coming to Flagstaff?
Yeah. Alright, I'll hammer down. So I can get this puppy up too. Oh, Mervin! One's having login problems. The other one had truck problems. And then he's stuck in Flagstaff, so we're gonna go meet him. It's so funny seeing the CPU at 6%. Running this game at 100 plus frames. GPU's cooking 90%, but so funny seeing the CPU just in single digits. It's like web browsing is more difficult than running this game.
Where are you delivering?
Flagstaff, sell goods.
You said sell goods.
Yeah. I know you've been digging it now that you've got a wheel.
Oh yeah, it's a blast. I love it. Is my voice coming through okay?
Yeah, I hear you. Might need to crank it up a little bit over the game sound, but I hear you. Oh, I guess we'll slow down.
All right, I'm here at Sell Goods. In the orange Volvo. That's what I went with. Man, I tell you, it ate all my money up because I had to sell my pimped out W900.
Because you weren't getting any sound out of it?
No, that's all right though. Money's really not hard to come by. A couple hours, you make a couple $100,000. You're running the right. And I don't have a trailer with this one, so I can haul whatever I want. In fact, that's the good thing.
I mean, if you want, you could go ahead and probably see what jobs are there and figure out which one you might want to do.
There's a barrier haul
I don't want to do that. I want to pull up the...
from Flagstaff to Huron.
I don't know why it's not letting me pull up the map now.
Yeah, I hear people talking, but I don't know how to. I don't know how to talk back.
Yeah, a long time ago I had somebody help me turn the CB to channel 10. But mine's defaulted to 10. I don't have a clue. I forget. Because I'm rarely in Truckers MP. I remember the first time I was in Truckers MP, some guy like text chatted something about how he liked my videos and stuff. I felt bad because I didn't have a clue how to respond back to him. So how is everybody tonight?
Busy place tonight.
Flagstaff?
Yeah.
Well, it looked like there was maybe 500 and some users on the US server. That stupid thing is still telling me I can't do that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, you might want to move forward a little bit, move backward a little bit.
I am. I'm going to where my load's at.
Oh, okay.
Unless somebody already took it.
Oh, it's not like that. There's been times
okay.
where like everybody in the convoy ended up grabbing the same load.
Well, I'm going to Huron, California with this load. If you
I
have
remember
that load.
there was a time where I think Delta's trailer somehow spawned on top of the building because it spawned on top of another guy's load or something. So then it just, like freaked out and jumped up on the building or something.
So where you at there, Klein?
Mervin says hit tab and then the settings at the bottom right. You can move your mouse and change the CB channels.
Ah.
Tab, and then there's a little gear at the bottom. Oh yeah, tab will show you who's near you. So as I get closer, eventually I'll show up in the tab screen.
Okay.
Just passing a turn off to the Grand Canyon.
And then CB channel 10, is that?
That's what I'm on.
Is there a push to talk button for CB or?
Probably. Maybe Mervin does. Maybe eventually that thing is going to tell me to stop. It's going to stop saying I can't do that. I haven't hit any keys for a good 10 minutes. Oh, I'm going to need fuel too. Running low on fuel.
I guess you can add people's friends.
I know if we're Steam friends, then we show up different. Irvin says X. Okay, yeah. So when I hit X, there's a little speaker shows up in the bottom right. And my little transmit lights light up on the CB.
So is anybody talking in your CB channel?
No, because, most people default to 19.
Because mine slid up. I changed it to 10.
The dial didn't change 10.
Say that again. Sorry.
The dial on the CB didn't change to 10.
No, it's still 19. So I go into set. I go into the default CB channel. Switch to 10, but it still says 19.
Alright, coming into Flagstaff.
I still don't see on my list. I see you now. Oh, I didn't turn my trucker's truck book up. That'd be alright.
We're so goods. I mean, I think they nailed it pretty darn good, don't you think? It feels like you're on the road. All right.
I'm deadhead.
That. Ah, so you finally got in?
I don't see it when I hit tab. It's supposed to be
Here. Bottom right. All right, unload. So that's why it took so long. We were stuck at 65.
I'm not supposed to be seeing cars.
There might be little cars, multiplayer guys. All right, where did you have a load to?
I can't hear you because the CB is just blowing up.
Alright, what can I push to verify I'm in where I'm supposed to? Is there something special, the multiplayer I can push real quick?
For
there we
what?
go.
I see default
All right, Clyde,
CB
can you hear
radio.
me?
I heard something. Is that you?
Channel 10. Yeah. Yeah, can you hear me?
All right.
Alright, copy that. Alright, now I got that fixed. Ooh, thank God I can hear. It was nothing but just Spanish. Alright, we'll use Discord. It's way easier. Alright, here on.
You got a load to where?
Click on Huron, California. Or we can go to Fresno. Or we can go to Ely, Nevada. Up to you. You pick. The best paying one for me is to Huron.
All right, let's ditch this trailer. Go. Now let's look at the job market.
Did you find your load?
I've ditched the trailer. I was getting too limited options. Find it.
which city we heading to. I'll pick a corresponding load.
There's no sleep problems in MP, is there?
No, I don't think so. San Rafael, California. Huron, California.
Yeah, I got one going to Huron.
All right. Darren on his way to Flagstaff.
Darren just jumped out of the game to jump back in because I was getting.
Hey, Daniel, what's up?
I gotta find my load. Where's it at?
I'm gonna need fuel too.
There it is.
Fuel, 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 fuel. Fuel, fuel,
This
fuel.
thing's weird looking.
What'd you get?
Some kind of mobile barrier.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're right there.
That's close enough. I need fuel.
Gotcha.
Like fuel's on our way out.
I have American Truck Simulator Launchpad and signing in.
You just got an empty trailer, Klein?
Yeah, it's got a backhoe on it.
It's empty to me. I wonder if it's something from one of the DLCs. I can't see it.
No, it's a standard load. It's just a little backhoe. Nothing heavy.
I'm gonna park up here on the interstate ramp.
It's only 16,500 pounds.
Mine's 17,900. This thing's long though. So do you run the
I'm
speed
on.
limit?
I got a CB.
All right, we're hitching to Huron. What is Huron? Huron, California.
I say Huron, but other people may say something else. All right, I'm up here on the exit ramp.
You have a World of Trucks job or a regular job?
Oh, just a regular job. I don't even know what World Trucks jobs are.
External contract?
Oh, I didn't know. I've never even done. Is it different? Is it better? Or...
They limit you to 65 miles an hour. That's the only real difference.
No, I have a regular job, so I can go as fast as I.
All right, I'm limited.
That's all right. I'll set the cruise. I'll do the speed limit. 65. You say?
Hammer down.
Hammer down, he says. Yeah, I can't see your load. It's weird. I see your trailer.
It's just a little old baby loader. Bucket on the front. Excavator bigger in the back.
Get to our destination. Check the settings and see.
Oh, it got dark.
I like this Volvo. This is nice.
Hey, Cyclocity, what's up? Alright, I'm at my top speed. Dang company job. Limit my engine.
I'm on your rear. It's a convoy, so I think we need more than 2 trucks.
Yeah. You're showing up as an orange dot.
Yeah, I need to, what am
Everybody else is a blue dot, so I think that means like Steam friend or something maybe.
Gotcha. Because you're green to me.
Oh, well maybe you're green. I don't know.
That's probably what it is. I need to fire up truck book though, because I don't have I'm not running for DB right now.
Truck on the right. Curb. You got an all night haul. I see you back there. Are you keeping your distance or your engine's just not able to pull the hill?
No, keeping the distance. I think I'm running a 550 horse, 18 speed. I think that's what I put in this Volvo. I'm still learning and all that.
I'm getting tired of hearing this lady telling me about being in Satan's chariot.
So the horsepower, does it matter much? Or
Oh, when you get up to the heavy hauls. Yeah.
I guess. Okay. Yeah, I guess more horsepower is better. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean in combination with your transmission. These little loads, compared to
It's
a heavy
actually
haul, it might
probably
be like
worse.
150,000 pounds or something. I remember when I was first starting out, I would have pretty much the pedal all the way down, and I'd just about be getting up to interstate speed, and then it would be like, okay, your trip's over. Like, oh, finally got up to 65.
Yeah, you can make money pretty quick. So.
Where are you guys taking your loads to?
Huron, California. That's where we're heading right now.
Geographically speaking, Wahlbergs or something.
Say that again.
I got a digger, so I'm probably going to some construction project. Hold on.
Yeah, I got a.
I'm going to Buteman.
Mobile scaffolding thing. Yeah, I'm going to Buteman to it.
We're all going to Buteman.
Huron.
Geographically speaking. Hey, Chubb, Rock, what's up? Will's in the house. Finally, he got off his SR-71.
Hey, Will.
I'm listening to that Skunk Works book. Pretty interesting.
What's it about?
It's about Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works, which basically built the stealth fighter bomber, built the SR-71, built the U-2 biplane, and built a couple other super secret, government planes. There's a big section of the book that deals with the U-2, the fighter, the stealth fighter, and the SR-71. And this guy is telling this story. He was flying the SR-71 Blackbird. They had some reconnaissance mission somewhere, I don't know, on the other side of, basically between the other side of France, and they were taking off from England. And apparently France didn't give him clearance to fly overhead. They had to fly around. But on his return flight, he was getting like low oil pressure on one of his engines. They said he decided to just screw it and shoot across France. He just beeline it straight to England because he was having engine issues. So he slowed down and he dropped down to like just 40,000 feet because that's the plane that can fly at like 80,000 feet. He's just motoring on. Said he almost got all the way through France, and then some, French fighter jet pulls up along his side and like asks him for his clearance, to be in the airspace. They said he told the guy stand by. He asked his co-pilot if he knew anything about it. He said, "Don't worry about it. I just gave him the number. I just gave it to him." He said, "Well, what he just gave it to him was he flipped him the bird." So then he just guns it and just takes off, and you think about how fast that plane was, and you could just envision like this station wagon minivan and then like this sports car like flipping him off and then just walking away from him. It's like, see you later. from punching out. And they were saying that, like, to refueling that plane was so dangerous because they had to fly as slow as possible. Meanwhile, the refueling plane is like flying as fast as it can. The refueling plane has got it, you know, full throttle, and the Blackbird is like throttled back as low as it can go, almost stalling out, just to not, you know, pass the refueling jet.
Was the SR-7, were those ramjets? Something like that? I can't remember.
No, they were traditional engines, but they had been highly modified. But yeah, as Will said, you know, Mach 3.2, which is I think it's I think the best. I think the speed record it had was maybe like 2,100 miles an hour. They were talking they could go from like California to Washington in like an hour and a half or something.
That's moving.
Yeah, while you're 80,000 feet in the air taking spy photos.
I remember when I was a kid, I had the G.I. Joe SR-71. I remember that. It was like so cool.
It well says turbo ramjet engines.
Okay. I thought they were ramjets. So we still doing 60?
Yeah.
Darren, you out there, buddy?
200 miles away from Hurriento.
You're gonna beat us there. I guess from now on I'm just playing multiplayer. Although some of the mods are pretty cool. So
Yeah. I had two profiles, one that was single player modded and one that was multiplayer that really didn't have any mods. Then I decided that I was just going to run the multiplayer profile all the time because I needed to level up on it and everything.
gotcha.
So I think the only downside with multiplayer is I don't think your helpers give you any money.
Oh no? You still back there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. The other thing too is on multiplayer, the world seems, I mean, if there's not a lot of people on, it's kind of dead.
Yeah, because you don't have that traffic.
So I think what I'll do is I'll probably play single player, but I'll have a backup truck. It's just basic. And then I can, because I like that Kenworth mod. There's a couple other really good modded trucks. And then the traffic density stuff, it's kind of fun.
Oh, did you crank up the traffic?
Yeah, there's a couple of mods that you can put in. Makes it more realistic. Like right now at night there wouldn't be hardly any, but like 5 p.m. in Los Angeles, you might as well not even take a load. Which I guess is kind of realistic. Coming up on Barstow. It's a fun game. I missed the DLC sale.
Oh,
You were talking about it last weekend, and then I got home on Monday.
yeah,
I was like, I'm gonna get these DLCs, and it was over. I'm like, son of a.
it was like a quick. That lunar sale was pretty quick. They go on sale a lot.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Did you claim your free copy of FS19?
I did. Just for the heck of it. Yeah, I think that
Yeah, I'm
technically
trying to
makes
figure out how
4 copies now. I've got the Steam copy. The copy I bought straight from Giants for the server that I've got here at the house. Got the copy I never installed anywhere that I got with the collector's edition.
Oh, did I go the wrong way?
No. And then I got the the Epic copy. Knock it up to the other 70-some Epic games that I never installed. Add to the library.
Yeah.
I'm a free game collector.
I mean, you never know.
But that server came in handy this week because Mr. Hector was telling me about. He wanted me to try some stuff. He wanted to know if we could try some stuff on the server for him to help try to figure out the issue. But it would probably require a new save game. So I said, hey, I've got a server that's just sitting doing nothing. Let me just fire it up and give you all the access. I'll set it up with our game save. You can jump on in and do any testing you want to do. You want to like make changes to your map, upload it to the server, and try it out. Go to town. Like 2 days later, he says, "I think I figured it out. I got it working on the server." I'm like, "That's good. Benefit everybody."
Heck yeah. I'm just doing a regular speed limit. Oh, gotta exit. Driving it like he stole it.
I still have an empty trailer.
Yeah, that's weird. It's probably a rendering. So there's no traffic events and stuff on multiplayer.
Right, because there's no traffic. No detours.
No police, all that stuff.
You don't see a cop every 1 minute.
Yeah, there's a mod that fixes that. Reduces the spawn rate for cops.
Leaving Bakersfield.
Hey,
I
AK
think
in the
when we
hay,
get
what's
to the
up?
Destination. I'm gonna jump out real quick and log into Truck Book. I didn't know you could run them both.
Oh, you somehow got outside of Ravenport's map border.
see you got your fancy little icon there by your name. So you just upload your own picture, or how's that work?
You got a graphic. You got yours. It's your Steam icon.
Oh, okay. Is it my guy in a gas mask?
I don't know. Whatever I see your Steam thing have.
Try that F1 now.
I did. That was kind of interesting. I decided,
Like it or not?
for the fun of it, I decided to turn off all the assists.
How'd that work out?
That made it a bit more interesting. Because I was going around a turn, and like it felt like it braked for me. I'm like, what's it doing? I want it to brake. Then I went in there and I found all that. I turned off traction control. I turned off all these other things. Spun it pretty much on the first turn. I was like, okay, throttle control. Gotta squeeze the throttle. There's an egg under there. I get it. Yeah, that's my tumbleweed.
Yeah. Did you ever race any famous people when you did iRace?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I know a couple of NASCAR drivers. Big
Yeah.
into that.
I probably was never in that high of a grid. So the way it
Dale
was,
Earnhardt Jr., Mark Truex Jr., AJ Allmendinger.
yeah, lots of them do it.
TJ Major.
Tony Stewart? I'm pretty sure Tony Stewart.
No, he wasn't in it.
Ah, so you ran with him, huh, Darren?
Right before the iRacing stage, yes. We used to do it on the, oh, let me think about what it was.
So the way they work it is basically everyone is ranked with, I don't know what they call, I don't remember what they call the points anymore, but you're ranked with points. And when there might be, let's say, 120 people signed up for a race, because it's not like a regular game where you just jump on and you're like, okay, let me do a race. All the races are all live, all multiplayer. There's no AI. They're all on a schedule. So you might have races that start every 2 hours at 15 minutes after the hour. So, and they're on the even hours. So at 8:15, 10:15, like that. So there might be 120 people signed up for the 8:15 race. And there might be a limit of 30 cars per race. They have what they call splits. And basically they take your rating and they split you up as best they can into chunks. So all of the really good guys are going to have high ratings. So they're going to be in the top split or the upper splits. And then all of the average Joes are going to be in the lower splits. So in theory, we're just coming through the Bakersfield sign. So in theory, you're matched with players that should be of about your same caliber because they have the same rating as you. The rating is based on the difficulty of the grid is like a multiplier, and then how well you finish in the race. So if you finish first in a high multiplier race, meaning it has a lot of people with a rating higher than you, you're going to get a lot of points. If you finish first in a low split, where like you're expected to finish first based on your rating, you're going to get hardly any points. So then it also kind of penalizes you if you don't do good, but you have a high rating as compared to everybody else in the grid. So when you start the race, you get a number assigned to you by basically your points. We got to turn right here. So like if you start the race and you're like car number 2, basically you're like screwed unless you finish within the top 3. Because if you finish below the top 3, you're probably going to lose points. If you start a race and you're like car number 17, then you're pretty good, because you know, if you're in the top half of the results, you're probably going to gain points. So it can get kind of stressful, you know, when you have a low car number and you're in a kind of a difficult race like Martinsville or something, where you know you could get crashed out and never do anything wrong. It's just because people are stupid, and then you end up losing a bunch of points, and it might take you weeks to get back to the level you were at. The higher up you go, the more points you lose when you don't keep performing. So that's kind of how they split it all out. The only way you'd really get in with somebody super good is if like hardly nobody signed up for that race, and then there really wasn't a good split, so you had like people with really high ratings and really low ratings on at the same time.
Look at that road tree.
Pull out triples, but that would limit my load slow. Then you'll have times where maybe somebody that has a really high rating will realize it and they'll bail out. And then you're like, oh, you know, you kind of lose out.
Do I have to pull in the way station? It's telling me I have to.
Technically. I blew
Go
past
ahead.
one because you
Okay.
blew past it.
I didn't. It told me, you know, to stop. You go ahead. I'll catch up with you.
Oh, it told me to go in too.
Bust.
For me, iRacing got just too stressful because it was, you know, they have practice sessions, and you go in, you practice because you don't want to screw up, because you know you may only be able to run 2 races a night based on when the races happen and your schedule, and you might get wrecked out within 10 minutes of the race starting, either due to your own stupidity or someone doing something dumb. And then you're like, well, I just spent 4 hours practicing for 10 minutes of this.
Oh, that was suck.
Or like what Richard was saying the other day when he was on Slovak, is there was a race the other day that didn't have a single green lap, because every time they went green, something would happen and go under caution before they even got one full lap. So the whole race was basically run under yellow. So that's no fun. Who wants to play, you know, pace car for 50 laps?
You said Bitterman.
Yeah, bit of it.
So yeah, well, that's the Apollo lander.
I just remember sitting, I can't sit here, I'm sitting in Huron. That's nothing but like a garden.
Are we 18 miles out? I'm 18 miles out.
I see ya. Fade to black.
So if you were doing like a heavy haul and I had the car, I could like run escort from it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. We're gonna have to do that. It's gonna have to happen.
Gotta turn around.
Yeah, so I'm setting up, if Will's enchanting, I'm setting up courseplay courses, you know, to deliver grain on, oh, I gotta turn around too. Seriously?
All right, come on through.
On Nebraska lands, well, none of the grain cell points are pull through.
Yeah, it's level of difficulty.
Yeah. I'm like, so I just set up course plays to drive it to the grain point, and then I go empty it. Because I couldn't get it to work. Course play.
Product of editing.
You first. Same spot.
You were kind of lighting up my road. Then you drove away and it got dark. We were probably in a no collision zone. He drives back up his truck in the dark. Terrace, I think so. I think you can play with a controller.
Success!
I don't know what you got.
Freight market. Let's see where we at. We're in the. Only got 3 loads available. Phoenix, San Francisco, or Santa Cruz.
I got one load. External contract.
Oh, you're doing the external contracts, right? Is that what we're?
I got a lot of loads now.
Oh yeah, we can go to. Oh, that's. I want to haul. Oh man, that's all the way over to Holbrook, Arizona. I got tractors to Redding. Oh, real quick, I'm gonna jump off here real quick, and then hopefully when I load back in, I'll be in the same place. I wonder. Nah, I'll be all right. I don't need it. All right, so external contracts. What we're,
So it's 10:30. We need a short one.
let's do it. Yeah.
I got a little load from here into Eureka. A little short up trailer of hay.
Yep, I got one too. That's
Do you want to
up to Eureka.
Got
That's
a
a pretty good little drive.
double loaded? Well, that's short. I was like, I got a double load of hay to Fresno.
Yeah, that's a real short
I
one.
got
I can
a
do the same thing.
big old reel of cable Oxnard.
But too late. I'm already committed to that stupid trailer of hay.
Where to?
So wherever Klein said he was going.
Eureka,
Yep, that's the one.
North California.
Eureka. Right?
Rad Raz.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a button to turn on the cab light.
We gotta proceed to the loading here.
Shooting stars. We're in a meteor storm.
This is Blue Wombat. Somebody was Green Dog, and somebody was... There was a Green Cat and Red Dog. I can't remember. This is when we were playing South of the Mountains.
$2 a.m. So hopefully it'll be daytime before we. Oh no, there it is. Hopefully it'll be daytime before we get to our destination. You'll be able to see it. Anybody need gas?
I got half a tank. I got 600. I'm trying to learn how to read this Volvo. 109 gallons. 800 miles is what it says I can run.
Oh, so we need the back end. So both of your all's loads are on top of each other.
Hauling hay.
There you can kind of see it. Hey, I wish Farm Sim had mirrors that this good.
I'll let Darren grab his real quick. I don't know why, Darren, but you're like all herky-jerky.
Alright, Doran. Some kind of herky jerky.
You are jerky of herky. Like, what's that, Sasquatch jerky?
Yeah, that's some pretty good stuff.
Where'd you go?
I'm in front of you.
Darren just vanished.
Are you back there? Darren, did you disconnect?
You know, all robot-y sounded. All right, so now we're both throttled at 65.
Oh, that's right.
But like when they do like special events, like when they did that Christmas thing, and then they did the breast cancer thing, you have to do World of Trucks contracts typically. And then when you complete it, it gets uploaded to the World of Truck server, and it keeps track of your loads that you do World of Truck loads. That's how you get credit for doing online events, and then you get like Steam rewards, like little dangly things or custom paint schemes. Like I was gonna run a Christmassy paint scheme that was really cool, but I wanted to get a matching trailer.
I get gas real quick. I got half a tank. I should say fuel. It's not.
There, you can see the lander real good.
404 a gallon. Yeah, I'll have to. So the World of Trucks, I guess it keeps track of your loads and you can level up with them.
Yeah, you level up with any load. World of Truck, if you log into a World of Trucks website, and then basically you link your ATS and ETS if you have it counts, and then basically, yeah, like let's say they do a Valentine's Day event, and it's like, you know, run so many loads over, you know, over a 2-week period or something. So you'd have to run World of Truck loads that would qualify for whatever their event is. And then at the end of the period, if you do whatever the event needs to be done, then you would log into World of Trucks, and then you would basically redeem your Steam award, because you like link your Steam account. And then when you launch the game the next time, you'll have whatever your reward is available, like a little dangly hanger or a paint scheme or something.
And can you use that stuff in multiplayer?
Yeah. Like, what does my truck look like?
Yours is solid white
Oh, is it?
for me. Yeah.
So you don't see my Apollo paint scheme? Because that's a DLC, so yeah, you're not seeing that.
So I bought that Surviving the Aftermath. It's a fun little city builder.
Oh, it's a city builder?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was like a hack and slasher.
Nope. It's a city builder. It's just set in after the apocalypse. I hate that Darren got disconnected.
Yeah, I think a squirrel was chewing on his internet.
When he was driving in front of me, he was like all herky-jerky.
Yeah, you're doing real good. Guess Truckers MP doesn't have a lot of data. I don't know.
Well, I'm playing through my phone too, so. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be changing carriers here if I can. Working on something. Anything will be better than what I have. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, does it? If it uses AT&T, do you know how good the AT&T service is in your area?
I don't, but it has a 14-day free trial, so I can get it, try it, and see if it, if the coverage. According to the coverage map, I'm fine, but those things can be a little misleading.
Yeah, because they don't always take into account geography.
Yep. But I've always had Verizon, so I don't know. I don't know how well AT&T works here. But I'll see him this weekend and ask him. He plays a lot of PlayStation on. So if that works for that, then I should be okay. Like when you hosted a game like yours, or when you hosted it from your computer, I couldn't connect using my regular internet. I always had to use my phone. And I think it's because your computer's like, what the heck is this thing?
Yeah, I was seeing the American Farmer video. It was a little jerky or a little stuttery, and
That's the map.
I mean, I could tell where there's Hotel California.
Yeah.
I could tell where some of it was, like latency, like where you'd run and then kind of jump back and run and jump back.
Yeah.
But then other times it's like, is that just lower frame rates, or was that like, internet problems?
Max frames I could get on that map were 30.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff going on that map. And I mean, you probably remember when you'd have hundreds of vehicles, and then they had all them productions running. So yeah, that's the best thing I could get on that map was 30. Now I had everything turned all the way up, so I probably could have done better if I turned it down.
Were you letting were you doing the X264 or the NVIDIA encoder?
I did the NVIDIA encoder. I tested the CPU encoder, and playing Surviving the Aftermath with the CPU encoder, I was only like at 20%, But running the CPU encoder playing Farm Sim, I was like pegging at 90. So I guess FS really uses the CPU a lot.
Well, you got 6 core, 12 thread, right?
Mm-hmm. What is this? I've never seen one of these.
Oh, is it a toll booth?
Do we have to stop or no?
Uh,
Oh, it charged me. It just charged me. It's a fancy toll bridge. What? This is cool.
oh, when you get some of the northern states, they've got like drawbridges.
I can't.
Like, you know, a boat will be going across and you'll have to wait because the drawbridge will be up.
So Idaho's next, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have no idea when it's going to drop, but I've got to. In my head, I'm thinking March.
So you think they'll just keep working across the country, or they'll just avoid the east coast of it? Or I guess as long as they're selling it, right?
I'd love for them to get across the country and do all 50, so we can do a continuous thing.
Oh, how could you imagine that, run?
You know. But from what I understand, they're picking up production. You know, there for a while it was like 1 state a year, and now it's like 2, and maybe 3. Still, unless they do some super big, you know, big push. Then again, you know, the more you get to the east, kind of the smaller the states get. So it's possible you could like hammer out like the Carolinas, you know, in one hammer, in one get. You get 2 states for 1.
Yeah, that's what I almost could do, like regional, 2 or 3 states per pack.
Texas is like a state of its own. Or I mean, a country of its
Texas
own.
would be cool. I haven't played ETS. I need to fire it up now that I have a wheel. Some people say it's a really good game. I've just never. I guess some of the drives are pretty epic with ETS with all the pack.
Yeah, I mean, they've been out longer, so there's more of Europe in it. I mean, you can get a pretty epic drive going from New Mexico to Washington.
Yeah.
Now, when you get New Mexico, you can go down to Area 51 and what is that place?
Roswell.
Yeah, Roswell. That's where my home base was when I first started.
I like this game. It's relaxing. Oh, there's CCS answering my question from earlier.
My internet took a major dump.
You sound better now.
Yep, doesn't sound like a robot.
I blamed it on squirrels.
So Will's saying that they use the environment XML and the color grading files for any map. But remember that seasons will override any changes you make to the lighting files. So never mind.
Pretty much he went blah 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 blah.
So pretty much I play with seasons. It's not gonna happen. See bullet bills in the back. 17.
No, I haven't looked at it because I don't have 17 anymore. Well, I have it.
It's pretty good.
I installed it.
I've been playing it on my laptop at work because my laptop really doesn't run 19 well. So I was like, but then I forgot everything's so different. Different but same.
It's 11:15.
Oh, hey, they're just in time. So what is the scale? That's what I've been trying to figure out.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, like how many real miles versus a mile? Oh, it must be inside the city limits because my truck's loaded.
Dang city. Dang company.
Oh,
Throttling
so
my truck back.
Slows you down. I guess the MP slows you down in city.
No, I think the base game does that too.
Usually you just get a ticket.
Oh, I turned that off long ago. Because it'll go 65 to 35, like, instantly. You're like, what?
I think, I think because of the scale. Yeah, this is pretty compared to California. I've been running through the desert the whole time. So what's your favorite state so far?
It's probably Washington or Oregon.
What's your favorite? Washington. What's your favorite DLC? Like if you were gonna do you like the heavy haul stuff?
The special cargo is kind of fun. It's unique. It's
big planes and helicopters and stuff.
Yeah, big boats, helicopter, big, those big excavator, those big like quarry trucks that you haul the truck, and then another load you might haul are the wheels. Big truck. Because those they have totally different like driving rules. You have an escort, and you can't change lanes just willy-nilly. You have to be in the same lane as your lead and tail escort truck, and everything. Like there's cops all over the place because they block all the intersections. So you just you show up and it's like you have the right of way to get through. They block off all the exits. Stuff, so it's kind of fun. There's only a limited number of cities that you can get loads like that out of and into. Still, it's different enough to be entertaining when you've kind of delivered all the loads you really want to deliver in the base game. You really don't want to deliver another load to the same place you've seen time after time after time. Which is another cool thing about the new states, is because you always get they create new pre-builts or deliveries. And some of the later ones have been like animated and really detailed. Like you go to the logging ones, you see like tree harvesters cutting down logs and cranes like moving logs around and wood chippers chipping up logs and stuff.
Speaking of trees, this is beautiful. Look at this. Did Darren jump off? I thought I heard.
big lake or something.
That's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, once they go on sale again, I'll grab some DLCs. So
Eureka!
What's next for you in Farm Sim? I know you're doing the back to basics, but
I don't know. I just need to get through Emerald Coast.
how many years ago? I didn't check last time.
I think I'm starting year 6. Getting ready to start year 6. Oh, there's a playground or a little school over there. You're right.
That's cool. Farm Sim could learn a lot from some of these games.
Could. But like, I mean, ATS, they really decorate up where you're at. But that's it, because you only drive on, you know, the roads that you can drive on. Whereas with Farm Sim, it's literally you can go anywhere.
Yeah, the whole map is. Yeah.
So, oh, here's our exit. Hey, Darren. Darren's in chat now.
Hey.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, how's it going, man?
There he is.
All right. Finally got my equipment in order. I decided I'd jump in and see what y'all doing.
He's not stream shy this time.
Nah.
Driving truck.
Yeah, man. Wish I had it. I'd be driving too.
I was reading your note about the light seasons, so pretty much if I'm playing with seasons, it don't matter.
Oh yeah, I made a custom one. Bullet Bill gave some tips while FSUK was still up and running, and I incorporated some of his tips and some of my own tips and some of the tips from another gentleman who had some nice things to do with the environment file. So I made a custom one, and I put it in Emerald Coast, and I used that same set of lighting files in Nebraska lands as well, and it's also in Midtown. So if you want custom lighting that looks fairly realistic, you can just grab the ones up. But if you're already playing Nebraska, you've already got them. But if you don't like that haziness, you need to disable the field just to turn that off. There's an easy little command to do that. As soon as you start the game, just type it in and kill it.
Doing the fancy backup now?
That's where I need to go. Got these little pup trailers. They turn to first.
Yeah, y'all's online streaming is lagging way on your voice. Or at least it is for me. For what I'm looking at on the screen here, you're still driving.
I just
Oh, yeah.
delivered my load, I'll tell you.
That's why I couldn't understand why y'all were saying there and got kicked off, and I still saw him back up to a road. What?
Yeah, I think your streams are always lagging.
Alright. Well, see, that's because I'm in a different dimension. It changes. Yeah, that's it. Enjoying the videos there, Raz. I like that American Farm.
Yeah, I I'm trying to keep it real time, so there's really not a whole lot I can do in the middle of January in Nebraska. So
That's true. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, I'm gonna go visit some people. That was fun.
Hey, I got a.
Spectre was awesome. He was a great host.
I got a question for you. Speaking of that, when you're working in Nebraska land, since it's winter on your map now, if you have the latest version, I'm sure. So it has. If you go down the train tracks going towards Middle America Granary. In the foliage there, I painted some weeds as like additional foliage in addition to that grass layer that I was using. And I wanted to see if those weeds, if Seasons is turning those things brown in the winter, or if they're still bright and pretty colored.
I'll check them next time. You said the train tracks going to the Great Midwest?
Yeah, going down to Middle America. That's the one that's way towards the far west of the map.
It's running. I think I saw it in color. Be wrong.
Okay.
I'll have to double check though, because I got snow everywhere.
See, what I did as a cheat, the thing I don't like about the Farm Simulator layer foliage layer.
Sorry, FK, I thought you left.
It did something.
So what happens is if you paint something, it deletes whatever's under it. So if I go to add another flower, it's going to delete the grass. And that would look kind of weird if you don't do the foliage correctly. So what I do is I use the weed foliage layer, which is a completely separate and different layer, and just paint it over the top of the grass.
All right, guys. Well, that is where we are going to end it.
But that also means they're not controlled
for the
by
night.
color changing textures.
Thanks for coming out and joining us as we give Raznik's first foray into Truckers MP.
But then I got to thinking, well, since they technically
We'll be back probably on Valley Dorn next week.
Turn it brown, because
until next time,
weeds have the ability to die.
Happy trucking.
So I don't know if it's actually working like it's supposed to or not. So yeah, if you can check that out for me, I appreciate it.